Well,
0 for 17 candidates.
let's jump into game picks here. Before we get to our picks themselves, let's look at previous records. You clawed your way back in 28-20. I'm sitting at 33-15. So we're both looking really good. Last week, though, I mean, we both were very solid in our picks. You went 10-6. I went 11-5.
Yeah.
And I win, though, because I'm a smart boy and took Minnesota. I told you Minnesota was going to get that game, and they did.
I told you. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. I get it. That was
And being that you are down, we are going to make this a little bit more fair. We're going to go back and forth with our game picks. Whoever gets to pick first. And since you are down by 5 games, I will let you go first.
I'm going to get one a week. Okay. So we're going to do Jacksonville versus Cincinnati. I'm going to take Cincinnati 100%.
So am I. You don't really get anything.
Cincinnati is definitely shown themselves to be that team after going to Pittsburgh and picking up a quality road win in a place that they don't have much success.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I'm taking Cincinnati as well. It's a short week. They're at home. They're going up against a lesser team in Jacksonville right now. Jacksonville, I don't think they're going to be able to get their game plan installed and mentally prepare themselves to go up against a scrappy team like Cincinnati on a short week. Maybe if this was on a Sunday noon game, no prime time, not under the lights, maybe Jacksonville might be able to sneak this one out. But being that this is prime time, short week, sorry, Jacksonville, you're on the road. You're not getting this one.
That's asking a lot, but wouldn't be surprised for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
The
but
very
I'm just
thing
saying.
you're saying would be the very reason why they can win too.
Yeah,
yeah, I get it, but no, come on.
It's at home. Like the Cincinnati's at home. Like you gotta win.
It's asking too much.
Yeah.
Like, come on, y'all didn't go to Pittsburgh just to drop this in Jacksonville. So let's just stop.
You don't tell me Pittsburgh's the trap
You're not
game
that
here.
team. You're not that team, Cincinnati. Don't be that damn team, okay? Do what you're supposed to do. Oh my God!
By the way, this game is a -7.5 spread for Cincinnati, so we're both taking the favorites there.
-7.5,
which is weird. Again, being callback, the underdogs are 60% right now in the NFL through 3 weeks.
Taking that, you give me the points. I'm still not taking Jacksonville.
Ooh, okay. That's actually an interesting thought because I might take the points with Jacksonville here. I
don't think that's enough points.
I don't know if Cincinnati can cover this.
Now, if it was 10, we talk. That's just
okay. We'll see. This is the preliminary.
Right.
These are the initial spreads because we do this on Tuesday. So This is the initial spread. You guys are probably going to hear this on Thursday, the morning of. We're looking at the opening lines for these games, and it's at a -7.5 for Cincinnati. So with that being the case, this could be moved to a 10, and maybe you take the points then. But to me right now, this is a 7.5. I still might take Jacksonville with the points, but I'm taking Cincinnati to win this game outright anyway.
Right.
So
I just thought it was interesting. Like, even at 7, I don't think I'll take that.
7.5 though. You got to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
It's 7.5 or 7.
7.5.
Oh,
it's close. It's a really good line right there.
I need 10. Sorry. Okay. To feel comfortable.
All right. Well, let's talk Sunday games. Detroit is heading on the road to take on Chicago. I get to pick this game first, and I'm obviously taking Chicago because I don't think there's any way you can have a worse game plan than you did last week. So I'm taking Chicago.
I have Chicago as well.
All right. Matt Nagy, get it the fuck figured out. I'm pissed. That is a -3 game for Chicago, by the way. That should be way more, but based off of last week, I understand why the line is so close. Washington is taking on Atlanta. This is at Atlanta, and Atlanta is actually the underdog, +1.5 at home. Who do you got?
1.5. I got Washington on the road.
Taking
regardless
the favorite on the road, and I'm doing the exact same thing. Atlanta, you struggle with the Giants on the road.
I mean, yeah, granted they beat them, but
you struggled. You had a 40-yard winner from.
Can't get super excited.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you won a game. I mean, granted, I didn't think you were going to 0-17 this year anyway. So
True.
You had to beat somebody. I'm like, I got it.
Might as well be the Giants.
Why not? At this point, if you would have lost it to me, oh my God. you're even worse than them. That it's
Oh
good for
my
this week.
God.
Good job, Atlanta. I'll leave it at that.
Houston is on the road taking on Buffalo. Listen to this line. Buffalo at home, -16.5. That is the largest spread I've seen of any game ever.
I still would not take Houston in those points.
Not based off of Buffalo last week. Absolutely not. I'm taking Buffalo.
You said last week. Take the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Their offense has just been. I'm sorry. I'm like, and granted, they could come out and put out an offensive stinker, like what it was.
Yeah.
17 to 22 points or something like that. But no, I cannot. You can't even entice me. If you said 26, we got something to talk about. But yeah, Buffalo, 100%.
I might have to only bet the money line on this game. But man,
I mean, maybe just for the sake of the points, you just take a chance. But I still don't like
plus 16.5 on Houston. I might take the points with Buffalo.
3 touchdown game.
You're telling me they have to win by 2 touchdowns and a field goal? I think they can do it. It's tough. That is a tough line. Anything over 10, I generally do not bet on because that's just too much. By the way, I was wrong last week. Denver they completely trounced the Jets in that plus 10.5.
We kept talking about the spread. I'm like, yeah, blowout.
You got that one right. But hey, we both picked Denver, so we got that pick. But I've already typed it in. I'm pretty sure Buffalo. You're taking.
Buffalo.
Okay. Just got to make sure you got to get it out there.
Say, Houston. No, Houston for the score.
All right, Carolina on the road taking on Dallas. The line is -4.5 with Dallas being at home. Who do you got?
I actually didn't even make a pick yet for this one. This one I left open.
Well, you have to.
To prove what my point and why I was saying what I was saying, I don't like this matchup personally.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take Dallas at home.
I already have that written in, and I did the same thing.
It's like, oh my God, this is the one I can get tripped up on. Like if Carolina was to pull this out, I can, because it's one of those you don't know what Dallas team is coming out today.
Yeah.
And everything looks good, but again, that team does still exist where that flat Dallas team can come out. And but I think at some point, if Carolina had to lose a game, it would be this one.
Yeah, this is a tough game for Carolina to do on the road. If this was in Carolina, I probably would have a different tune.
I would have really had to think about that one. Like, I don't know, Dallas. I don't know, because y'all don't convince me. Y'all don't strike fear in me as a strong road team. But
So I agree with you there. But I had to take Dallas at home. The -4.5. The line is close. This could be one of the toughest games and one of the most exciting games to probably watch. Hopefully, we get it in our reach in here.
Is that a 12 o'clock game?
Yep, it's a noon game.
Man, that should be. I would say if it was a 3 o'clock game, that could have arguably been a game of the week.
Yeah. All right. Indianapolis is taking on Miami, and Indy is on the road here. The line is -2.5 for Miami. I get to go first. I'm taking Indianapolis on the road to get the win, get the first win of the season here. In an upset.
Oh gosh. At odds with this one. I don't like either matchup here. This would get me back into it. But I don't trust Miami either.
Yep. That's the thing. I don't trust Miami, even at home.
I'm sorry, Indianapolis. I just don't not trust them. I don't have a problem with Jacoby Brissett. I just have their offensive scheme, their direction of this franchise, this organization. Defensively, there's some silver linings, some bright spots over there, and some things going on. They're doing some, they look okay and decent defensively. Offensively, out there, I don't know what's going on over there, and that's I in good faith. And I'm sorry, Indianapolis is just too good, and they've been too good in losses. But I think this is a get right game for Indianapolis, to be honest. So with that, yes, I got Indianapolis.
All right. Cleveland is going to be on the road in Minnesota. You get to pick this one first.
I'm not even gonna waste my time, Cleveland. I understand they're not they're a tough out. I think it's going to be, it could be one of those type of 28-24 type games, but I do still see Cleveland pulling this out one way or the other because at the end of the day, Minnesota's defense is a very serviceably decent and good defense, but I do not think they have the personnel to stop this high-powered, well-balanced oil machine that's called Cleveland's offense.
Would the line change your mind?
Go ahead.
Minnesota is at home. They are the underdogs. They are plus 2.5.
I'm still gonna take Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm still, I know. Oh, that was right on the nose too.
Mm-hmm.
But I said 28-24. So they don't make the cut. They don't make the spread. So no.
You know what? I'm changing my answer on the fly here. I had Cleveland, but Minnesota's
good.
at home. I'm taking
Let's
Minnesota. I'm taking the underdog to get this game.
There we go. Give me a game back. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't think it would be this one.
Yeah. This is again. I am literally taking a flyer on Minnesota here. This is not saying that Minnesota is a better team than Cleveland.
What I've done with New York. I get it. It's fine. Thank you. This is like a layup.
All right. Well, this one's a layup here. New York Giants are taking on New Orleans. I already know who you're taking. New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee versus the Jets. I can also probably say the same thing here, but I'll let you pick first.
Oh, take it. Well, I know I said a lot about the Jets up until this point. However, I will hold serve and still say Tennessee.
And I do the same.
Jets is horrible.
Now we have actually an interesting game to talk about. Kansas City is the last noon game of the day on Sunday. They will be on the road against Philadelphia. Philadelphia didn't look that good last night rather. Again, we're recording this on Tuesday. So Monday night they just got trounced by Dallas 21-41. Philadelphia's at home. Kansas City is reeling after 2 straight losses. I'm sorry. I have to take Kansas City with this game because there's no way I'm seeing Kansas City go 3 straight losses.
I agree. I'm definitely taking Kansas City, but I do want to say for Philadelphia's standpoint,
this is going to be a good
Philadelphia
game.
Still is having some issues just like Kansas City, and it's on the defensive end.
Yeah.
However, with that being said, Kansas City's offense is going to be the equalizer, and even them being on the road, which I think in Kansas City's aspect, they've never, what is what I like about them. They've never been that team where they're either a dominant road or home team. They kind of win where they win.
Yeah.
And so
-7.5 on the road for Kansas City in this game. So I mean, it's not.
I got Kansas.
We're not taking the underdog on this one.
No.
So that's that. Well, Arizona will be taking on the Rams. This is the game of the week to me, for sure. Rams are at home, -4.5. Who do you got?
Fortunately, I got the Rams. I don't think no matter what we have picked, I don't think there should be any backlash to it. It's fair either way.
Yeah.
It's a case to be made. However, I find it just hard to just after coming off of a Tampa Bay loss, I can see how a team can come in there and ambush them, but I don't think that was going to happen.
Tampa Bay win, by the way.
Did I say lose?
You said loss.
We'll win. Or to beat Tampa Bay. Yeah, but it's.
I can see how this is a trap game.
It is, and it really is. But given it's 50-50 and I have to choose, I'm just gonna take the Rams. I don't say I'm just, but I think they actually are the better team and they more suited. They should be the one that wins at home. But if there is an upset to be made here it is.
I mean, I think it's going to be a very tight game. I do also have the Rams based solely on the fact that they're at home.
As much as I want to get back into
home
this
field advantage
little
based
matchup
off
thing, I just really,
you're
like,
in it. You're not behind.
That's what I'm saying. Why
much.
even give one away? No, I can't.
I mean, it's really just a matter of this is a very tough game for the Cardinals to come on the road. The thing is that the Rams now finally do have a home field advantage. This new stadium at SoFi, they truly do get fans to come out and pack the stadium in. Now, I'm not saying by any means that I'm not expecting to see the Cardinals fans travel for this game, but this will be loud for Arizona, and this will be loud for the Rams. There's going to be a stadium that's even though it's an open air stadium technically, that canopy isn't actually a dome.
Right.
It's an open air stadium, but that everything gets reflected straight back to the field. So, this is going to be a tough game for Arizona. It's going to be a tough game for the Rams, but the Rams are at home. I think they're going to feed off that crowd, and that Matthew Stafford Cooper Cup connection is going to be as lively as ever. So,
Gotcha.
Seattle is also going to be on the road in a divisional matchup to take on San Francisco. I think San Francisco bounces back this week and gets Seattle. They're going to win this game at home.
I think this is trap game number 2. But with that being said, I gotta take San Francisco.
Okay.
Seattle's offensive line, play calling, and just scheme.
The line is only a -3 for San Francisco being at home, so they're calling this an even game on a neutral site.
I get it, and I see where that they can come, and I can see where that comes up, and I get it. But yeah, I just don't. I don't think and I think this is a good thing. Seattle needs to lose this game because Pete Carroll needs to be woke. He needs to shake up. I'm like, cause I'm sorry, I just don't like his scheme anymore.
Yeah.
He's tried it. It looked good, okay for the first couple weeks, but last week was dude. Seriously, you got to come up with something better than this. And I'm please, at the same time, you can keep doing it because I just want to watch Russell Wilson slowly just get really, just start getting really disgusted with this guy, and and just getting really just turned off by this organization as it goes. But like I said, I think this is a train wreck waiting to happen. So
yeah.
So at this point, I got San Francisco.
All right. Baltimore is going on the road to take on the Denver Broncos. Interesting enough, Denver is the favorite here, -1 at home. Who do you got?
I am taking the favorites, and this is my I think this is where I'm taking Denver. Oof. Actually, I was interested. I didn't even know what the line was, but I was just like, after what I'd seen last week,
this was the last game I picked. I had the toughest time picking this game. I mean, outside of the Cleveland, Minnesota.
I didn't have a pick for this one until right now. But as I was looking at it on my page, I was like, I think after we've been talking and breaking down numbers and stuff like this, and you just survived. If Detroit was able to do that, Denver can win. That's all. That's how I look. That's how I put rationalize that at the end. I'm like, Denver's that team though. They can complete drives that can close out games, and yes, they are the Boise State of the NFL right now, but they can catch.
I mean, if they win this game, they are no longer frauds.
Exactly, and I think that this is statement game. Here, this is that. Not a get right game, but I think it's a statement game. This one is going to show is Denver a legitimate, contender, playoff contender this year. That's just that game. I just think
100% agreed.
And Baltimore has been showing me as a team that has been looking for the opportunity to slip and fall for some reason or another. I mean, and hell, Vegas already caught them, so.
Yeah, no, I get you, and I understand the pick there. Being that the underdogs win percentage is at 60.4% right now, I got to take Baltimore on the road. I think Denver is fraudulent. They haven't played a real team yet. Did a line just change in front of my eyes?
What is it now?
Nope, the site just refreshed. Never mind. Yeah, Baltimore is. This is the toughest game for me to choose based off the fact that they had such a hard time beating the Lions last week. But I think they get right. I think Lamar plays better. I think that entire offense plays better. I think they're going to play up to their competition. The other thing is that this is at Mile High, so they could get gassed real fast. But we have another opportunity for another record-setting kick. So, hey,
but you in that thin air. I don't know.
I know. This is a very tough game, and
I have to hold his breath when he's kicking. Like, don't breathe when you do it.
I would not be surprised if Denver won this game, being that they are the favorites.
Right.
But I am going to take the flyer on Baltimore and take them to win this game.
Understandably, I was just thought like I said, I was on the ropes with this one. I'm like,
this is the hardest game to pick right now.
I can still see how Denver could actually win this, and I'm like, Baltimore, you're not guaranteed just because you're Baltimore.
What I'll say is, I'm taking Baltimore for the sake of picks. I'm rooting for Denver to win this game.
Gotcha.
I am not. By the way, I am not betting on this game at all. Well, I refuse. That line is too close.
Take the points. Take the point.
Pittsburgh though is going to be on the road in Green Bay. Let's make it simple. I'm taking Green Bay. Pittsburgh's are frauds, so let's leave it there. But arguably the other game of the week, I just think this is one of the most interesting matchups. Sunday Night Football. Tampa Bay versus New England.
Come on. Well, at least it's the narrative of the week. God. Definitely.
Yeah, oh, for sure. This is going to be the talk of the week, and I am wholeheartedly supporting this talk. But you get to pick first here, sir.
I'm not even going to waste any much time. It's Tampa Bay. It didn't help by watching what New England did this week. I'm like, oh, y'all making this real easy.
Yeah.
So, because if they had won, I really had to seriously think about it. But now, since that doesn't exist, and I seen what I seen, no. I could see it possibly going two ways when this game starts. Either Tampa Bay go out there and just run it up really quick, or
it's exactly how I think it's going to be.
Or I was going to say it just starts off, it stalls for the first quarter, and then the floodgates open for the second quarter.
I think Brady is pissed. I think Gronk is going to have his quarterbacks back. I think Bruce Arians has completely bought in this week, and they are going to take it straight to New England. They're going to say, hey, you already wanted to replace me with Jimmy G.
Right.
You're trying to replace me with this Mac Jones BS over here. I'm going to punch this kid in the mouth, for one. And two, I'm going to punch your entire defense that you're trying to build to beat me. I'm going to punch them in the mouth, too.
Right.
And, hey, Antonio Brown is coming back this week. He's going to have something to say about New England. Rob Gronkowski's going to have something to say about New England. Hey, James White left. He's coming over this week, and he's going to have something to say about New England. Like, this is across the board. He is pissed. And what I'm hoping to see is that New England gives Tom Brady the respect he deserves. I want to see a video tribute at the beginning of this game. I want to see all of these New England fans, just everybody decked out in their Brady gear from the last 20 years.
No, thank you for your 20 years.
Thank you for your service. Yeah, just all of it. I want to see the groveling.
Welcome back, Tom. Yeah. Good to see you.
I want to see all the groveling. I want to see all the newspaper clippings that everybody's got up in their house from their dynasty. All of those come out. I want to see everybody do the torch.
President.
Everything. The grovel. And hey, Robert Kraft better be in attendance.
Oh yeah, I think he got good sense.
He better be here for this game. You
don't want that bad press, especially in the loss. Oh my God, you have to be there, win or lose, but you cannot not show up and you lose, dude. They'll rip you for the rest of the year. It's a wrap. I don't even know until it goes into next year as well. But this whole year, that's all they're going to talk about. You would have killed your entire PR of Mac Jones if you do this. But I expect to see him in the press box, sitting there as calmly and as.
They should get bad press if they don't show a video tribute to Tom before this game.
Well, that remains to be seen. So we shall see.
But it remains to be seen. It's also remains to be seen a dude for 20 years stand right there with the team, be the poster child of, hey, I am the company man. He was the company man before Russell Wilson was the company man.
Right.
He's taken less money to help build a team around him, which they never showed that they could ever do, besides ever going out and getting Randy Moss.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, they really need to show I think they need to show a level of respect that has never been shown before for an active player that's just left their team.
Agreed.
But that's a whole nother thing.
But I mean, it is Boston. I mean, they don't owe Tom Brady anything.
They owe him a hell of a lot.
I don't think so. I think it was mutual. They all won titles together. They all won. They lost together. They mutually separated. He got another ring. I'm just saying, from an organization standpoint, what the hell do they owe him at this point? I mean, what they're going to apologize? Apologize for what?
No, I don't think they need to apologize. You just need to show a level of respect that he wasn't shown at the end of his career with New England. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't see too much disrespect per se, in the aspect of, well, they could have did X, Y, and Z. I mean, damn, after 20 years, I think he had a damn stellar ass career there. Technically, I mean, I don't like how I guess when I use any kind of comparison, I don't like how I seen Joe Montana leave the 49ers
Mhm.
or how Brett Favre left the Packers. The way he left New England was kind of like, okay,
I get
20
that, but
damn
also Brett
years. Like,
Favre
I'm
isn't
like,
Tom Brady. Joe Montana hasn't won as much as Tom Brady has with this one franchise, and I understand that thought process. But Tom Brady is the GOAT. He has done so much for the New England area for one, and two
and
for
I,
this
and like I
Patriots
named the
franchise.
other two players, they didn't even they didn't play with the longevity they did. So
No,
I'm not even comparing numbers.
yeah,
It's not about numbers. And yeah, you're saying, yeah, okay, Joe Montana didn't win as much as no, but Joe Montana didn't stay in the 49ers as long as, and hell, he had Steve Young, and Steve Young took a title. That was his title. I'm just making a point. Like, there's a reason for all of this.
I know.
There's no. I'm sorry, Jimmy G just wasn't Steve Young.
I'm just
to
saying
push
that
him.
there surely should be. I think because with this return to New England, this should not look like a regular return.
I don't know about it. I don't necessarily agree with they should have it. Not necessarily. And I'm only saying that again. Y'all the freaking Patriot. At the end of the day, I know they could say Tom Brady won those titles. He didn't win them titles alone.
I understand that, but you also have to recognize that he's
not bigger
this is
than the
an
franchise.
anomaly.
Even him, he's not bigger than that franchise.
I get that, but this is an anomaly unto itself. We're not ever going to see a dynasty like this ever again.
Nope.
So I think this deserves this because I think this game should really be a true send off for Tom Brady because he didn't get that
Anybody
ceremonious
should show
send-off.
him this type of respect. They should get that Atlanta Falcons team to come back. Because they just contribute to the GOAT and all this nonsense that he shouldn't have had one. I'm just saying, it's like y'all pay y'all homage to him. I just don't think the Patriots owed him anything at this point. The fans could. I get it from a fandom standpoint, man. We didn't want you to leave, but for an organization, I don't know. Once he won a title, I think all bets were off. I'm like, man, we ain't got. You got the upper hand. Now you want me to apologize and pat you on the back?
I'm not saying apologize. I'm just saying send him off with because you don't know because the other thing is you don't know when you don't know when you're going to see him again.
You're not
like if he's ever going to come back into this stadium. We really don't know if that's ever going to be a feasible thing again.
I get it from that standpoint. I mean, that's fine. I don't have a strong take against it. I'm just like, that doesn't say at the end of the day, they don't owe him anything.
For it possibly being his last time, and the fact that he's coming out of the visitors tunnel this time instead of the home tunnel, I think this should look different than any other just return back to your former team. I think this, for what they did for 20 years, this should look a little bit more like, hey, we really, with everything that's come out, with everything that's been said since you've been gone, we want you to know you're still a Patriot. In our eyes, we're not negating anything that has happened over the last 20, 25 years now. Like, you are a Patriot. We love you. And hey, go win another championship with Tampa Bay. That's fine. And hey, we're also sending you off with a win here because we're about to get ran over by you. So
I guess. I mean,
but I'm not saying like, oh, well, Tom, we're so sorry that we decided to move on. No, not that. It's just more of just like, hey,
I'm taking the level of greatness, and I tried to think back, and I'm sat here as you were talking. I'm like, I have no recollection memory of when Michael Jordan was with the Washington Wizards. I don't remember when he going back to Chicago ever, and I don't remember what the send off was. You know what I'm saying? I just nothing. I've been sitting there like I followed him in his first year, got the NBA League Pass and everything. I made sure I seen all his games. And nothing. I don't have no recollection of him playing Chicago. I think part of it was Chicago was that bad because in 2001, they were the Baby Bulls. They got rid. Yeah. Anyway, I guess since I don't remember it, my point being is Chicago didn't owe him anything. I mean, but Chicago owed him everything. But,
everything.
Not just anything, but everything. But probably not the great example, but I don't have there's nothing to compare it to. It's just it has not happened before.
Because it's also I don't think Tom Brady. I don't think it's fair to compare Tom Brady to Michael Jordan as well.
No, I was comparing greatness.
No, I'm just saying. I just think that that was a different situation with the Bulls and the Wizards, and at the time with Michael Jordan. This is a completely
dismantlement, disgruntled player. He left. Disgruntled. It's kind of I'm saying it's similar in that aspect. Now he comes back with another team. That's all I'm saying. That's
but also
with
the other thing is that with the NBA, you see those teams every year. You're going to play them at least once.
I understand that.
So with this one, you're in completely different conferences. You don't know when you're going to see him again. You just don't. So let's like I said, I think New England should do something to make this look a little bit different, especially being that this is a primetime game. This is Sunday Night Football.
I mean, and I'm gonna say again, like I told you, since you had it on mute, that's all that was controlling the airways from halftime on. They kept making a reference back to the game. I'm sure they're gonna have all this in there. Yeah. So
there should be a lot of pomp and circumstance going into this game.
Asking me like, do they own a damn thing? Like, dude, you owe you a whooping that's coming your way if we can beat you. You know, other than that, yeah, I'm like, okay, I get it though. I mean,
hey, that's going to be your only competitive advantage if you can get him to shed a tear just before the game. Exactly. That's the only way you might be able to jump on and win this game.
Do I have to say that this might? Hot take here. It's controversial hot take. This could. Do I even better say this could be? Would it be, or would it not have a better way to say this? Wouldn't it be ironic if for some, God forbid this does not happen, Tom Brady gets injured?
Oh God, don't!
Now you're speaking that. I'm just saying, and I'm just saying, but never to return to play again. Like,
oh my God!
I know. I'm just follow me from a narrative. Like, it will be the worst.
Moving on to Monday Night Football.
Oh, you did not want. You don't like this, but it can happen. That's all I'm just saying. I'm not banking on it. But
leaving the Sunday Night Football. This is a -7 for the Bucks.
I like how you just ran away from
on the road. We're not even going to discuss that.
I can't let my mind think like that. I'm too superstitious.
Monday Night Football. Chargers are going to be at home taking on the Vegas Raiders. Chargers are -3.5 favorites.
This is my hardest game.
This is the hardest game for you to pick? This was. I took the Chargers. Hands down. Chargers. I guess coming off of
Vegas makes a very compelling, and it's a divisional. You got to.
If it was in Vegas, I would agree. I'm taking the Chargers.
The West, NFC West in general. It's just a divisional thing that I've been following for years.
Yeah.
I don't like the divisional games. There's no heads or tails from the home field. 50-50, really. It just, but gosh, you say you're taking Chargers?
I'm taking the Chargers. I got 14 weeks. Relax.
I'm only too greedy. I'm only saying because that was my hang-up pick. So when in doubt, I'll take the Chargers.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for game picks this week. Let us know what stupid choices we made this week. Talk about it down below. Let us know what you guys are thinking about the spreads on some of these games. I mean, there's a couple of big ones, especially. Let's talk about that Buffalo-Houston spread, -16.5. Gosh, that is huge. But
still wouldn't take Houston with the points.
That's an insane line.
I know. And still, to lose your money because it's Houston.
No, I'm not betting that game.
Don't do it.
Too much.
I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't do that.
All right.
Even with the point.
At the end of that, basically, we want to thank you guys for listening. Let us know what you guys think down below. Go check us out on Twitter for the power rankings and whatnot. But at the end of the day, these are the game picks, and we will catch you guys next week, week 5. Still not anybody going into any bye weeks yet. So it's actually a shortened bye week season this year. So
I think it starts in week 6.
Week 6, yeah. So let's continue to watch some great football. October football is going to be here. Thursday night football. Great. We're gonna have great games all week. I think this is a great lineup this week. So again, thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you guys next week.
Good night.